moving on to tell us something about how you started PictureWealth. How has the journey been so far? And also, India and the whole Southeast Asian region is sort of a big space for startup entrepreneurs and fintech entrepreneurs, given that financial services is still underpenetrated and there's a lot of opportunity and potential to grow. And a lot of fintech entrepreneurs and founders are, trying their luck out there. Also, from your journey and your experience, what would be your message to these fintech entrepreneurs?
Okay, so that's good. So PictureWealth, start with PictureWealth. So me and a very good friend of mine, David Pettit, started PictureWealth just over 3 years ago now. So and what we want to do really was, I have kind of big missions in my life. So one mission was to create the world's most innovative bank. I think, we could probably say I've done that one now. So hence, I swapped that one actually. I swapped that one out, and now my mission was to bring more, bring more joy to the corporate world, because I think that actually most people don't enjoy their jobs. And it seems a shame that we spend most of our life doing things we don't like with people we don't really want to be with, working for brands we don't believe in, selling products that we, we don't want to. So, I thought, well, maybe corporate life could be a bit better, but I think COVID's helped a lot with that. If there's one positive out of this awful tragedy that we're seeing, is that, employees are going to get a better deal moving forward, more flexibility, work from home, doesn't have to rush, get the kids together, get in a car, travel. So that's going to help. So that was my first mission. My second is to help save Asia's land and sea animals. And these are big missions. I'm not going to say I'm ever going to complete them. I might take, 10 lifetimes, but you might as well go after something. And so, I built the foundation in Indonesia, the properties there, Hotel Orangutan and Pulawai Paradise, which obviously they're closed at the moment, and trying to create business models around animal protection. And my third thing was to bring financial happiness to the world. Now, I grew up quite poor. I had a wonderful childhood, believe me. But I grew up quite poor. And so I've always had this thing in sales around, I want to earn the right to sell you a product. And what I mean is that I'm not going to come to you and push you a product. Yeah. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to do stuff for free. I'm going to show you that I'm worth spending time with. I'm going to be a good partner for you, and you can trust me. Yeah. And actually, I care about you. And that's why maybe, I was quite a good salesperson. I ended up at Microsoft with $1 billion sales target US. And, I won an award off Steve Ballmer, the CEO. Oh yeah, I was quite a good salesperson, and because they knew I actually was. I'd even say to them, "God, don't buy this Microsoft product. Don't tell anyone, but stay away. Worry about this. Focus on this one." And I'd be quite honest with, obviously not to the detriment of my business, but obviously, and then wait for the big fish. So now I've proved, that I'm a good partner. Then suddenly a huge project comes along, and then boom, hey Neal, what do you think? Well, I think this is an absolute perfect fit for Microsoft at the time. And so I've always had that philosophy. And at the same time, I really, as I got more into finance, I'm like, people are buying products they don't understand. And this doesn't feel right. And at the same time, I felt that banks have their own interests at heart. And not all banks, some banks, DBS, certainly one of them, have a good moral compass, yeah. But no bank would ever ring me up and say, "Hey Neal, your credit card's out of control. Now we're worried about you." Yeah. So what we're doing, we're going to temporarily pause your credit card. We're going to move the debt because it's on 18%. We're going to move that to your mortgage. That's only 3%. Yeah. And would you like to book an appointment with one of our financial wellness advisors for free? It's for free because we're worried about you. Yeah. Our job is to help you be financially successful. And that's what we're doing. Said no bank ever. And so that's what we want to do with PictureWealth, is a business where we do stuff for free. We give free tools to help people manage their money. We give, free financial education. And then if they believe that we have their best interests at heart, then they can become a full customer of ours and have a financial advisor and we end up from that relationship. Then we get all their we get their pension, we get their investments, we get their insurances, we get their debt products. Basically, we're kind of like a bit like a bank. We're licensed, so we're a financial advisor, a wealth company, and that's been incredibly successful. So what we've done, people say you're disrupting, because Mr. Disruptor, you're disrupting the wealth industry. I'm not. I'm like I said before, there's a mega trend in wealth, and it's split. Robos went this way. Oh, it's all about online robos. No one's going to go to a wealth manager. Banks went this way, or wealth management this way. Oh God, we need to be more digital. They haven't met in the middle yet. So what we did, we never went anyway, because I've seen this before. I just went boom, straight down the middle. So what we've done, we looked at, I know, it's not hard. There's a tip for founders, just work out the hybrid route straight, and just go straight there. Wait for everyone else to catch up. And so what you do, you've got people, you've got process, and you've got tech. So you've got advisors, you've got some technology, and you've got some process on how you compliantly sell products. And so what we did, we just rearranged that. In fairness, we built some beautiful tech that goes all the way from helping people to be, and we give it away for free. We want people to just use it, and don't buy anything from us, but please improve your financial life. And actually about 10% of our client base is in that, and we love it. We look at the stories, and people email us, and they cost us money, and we like the fact they cost us money, because we can. We're a profitable company. We have that, and because that's our philosophy: earn the right. And then say 90% are our clients, and then what we do is we put the robots and the humans in the right place, and this is where a lot of digital transformation is going wrong. They're trying to get, and a lot of businesses are kind of rewired wrong. You're getting humans to do robot jobs. So for a good example in banking is the operations team. A lot, as we know, with RPA and automation, a lot of those operations have been moved out, because basically they're biological robots. They're doing just tasks. It's just task-based work, and not very, interesting work. I call robots, robots to me is software, data, or tech. Not, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminator. And so what we did, get the humans doing the human job, building confidence, trust. Wealth is, for me, is nothing to do with, it really, well, it is, but it's not about investment. It's not about product. It's not about pensions. It's about dealing with people's hopes and fears. That's how intimate it is. And so you can't do that with a pie chart and some ETFs. You have to spend time with them. What are you going to do? Are you planning on having children? Oh, or have you got children? Yeah, I've got two. When are they going to university? Oh, it'll be about 8 years. Do you have the money for that? No, but I'm really hoping I can send them to a good one. Well, let's build a plan around that. What are you going to do when you retire? Oh, I'm worried, I won't be able to go on holiday or buy my grandkids nice presents, or, I'll have to drive, a bad car or whatever. Well, let's build a plan around that. And so that's really what it is in my mind. Well, I know I'm quite a simple guy. And so get the humans doing the human bit, which is building confidence, trust, getting that out of the client, and then using the technology then to engage the client, report with the client, but also do all that process that advisor would have to do manually. So we optimize the advisor. So our advisors can serve double the amount of clients that other wealth companies can do, because we spent years building this huge tech platform with millions of dollars as well, and all the way front to back kind of wealth management business in a box. And so that's worked really well for us. And we now within 1 year of commercial operation, so 2 years building the software, after 1 year of commercial operation, went from 0 revenue to 20 million, and 0 customers to 40,000, and we from 0 funds to 2 billion, and so, well, rocket ship thing, growth. I wish we could keep that growth, but of course, when you start at 0, growth is. Yes. But we are actually. We've in the last, and we've done that through all different manners and different ways to do that. But we're renovating the industry, and we're increasing profitability. We're increasing customer satisfaction. And we're helping a lot of financial advisors. We actually license other financial advisors now, give them the tech. We've got our own business and we help others with theirs. And so we're helping advisors as well, get, independent advisors get more profitable in their business. At the same time, we're helping corporates with financial education, financial wellness. We have a business that does that. And also we are working with, we've just announced that we're expanding into Asia and working with the ASEAN Youth Organization to help educate their 400,000 members in finance. So that's a little bit social enterprise, but at the same time, there is a commercial model in there.
That's really interesting to see on how you are sort of nurturing the whole wealth management ecosystem, right, from customers to the large corporates in that sense. Throughout your journey, if you would want to pass on some message to fintech entrepreneurs and startup entrepreneurs in building sustainable and profitable models, what would be your advice or message to them?
Okay, I'll start with the answer that I gave actually at a conference in India. Funny enough, I think I was speaking at an ASCOM conference, and I got asked the same question, and I said, "Look, and I forget the numbers that I used at the time because I did actually get correct numbers, but I'll have to make up some numbers." So I said, as an innovator, where should you focus? And I said, too many startups rush into building tech. I said, this is a mistake. And let me explain why. So in India every year, say there's, 100,000 startups, I think the number was, gets created every year. It's 100,000 startups. 100,000 companies have proved they can build some tech. So there's 100,000 apps get built. They've proved they could build tech. Great, yeah? Of those, as we know, 90% of startups fail. So 10% of those actually have something that customers like. So they've proved they can build a platform which customers engage on. So they've proved they can build tech. Step one, 100,000 did that. Only 10,000 proved that they could get traction around customer engagement. Of those, 1%, so just say 10, would end up being, say worth over $100 million as a business, which proves they had a working business model. And so of the 100,000 startups every year, only 10,000 end up getting traction and serious customers, and only 10 end up with end up being a really big business and maybe get a big exit or even turn into a unicorn. Yeah, they've proved they've got a business model which works. Now, bearing that in mind, if you're a startup founder starting a startup today, would you focus on the tech, the customer engagement, or the business model first? Business model. Get your business model before you even touch technology. Start with the business model, then the experience, then, do you know what I mean? So do it backwards. And that is the trouble, because as soon as you start writing code, you're incurring costs. Then you have to do this pivot around the experience. Then you have to change and diversify in your business model and hope you make money. Well, that seems too difficult for me. Just start from the beginning. Get your business model, test it, get it in people's hands, do it on paper, do the maths, and then the experience where they use it, blah, blah, and then build your tech. One, it'll be cheaper, it'll be quicker, and improve your chance of success. So that's if you're starting a company today. Now, if you are selling into a bank, you're a fintech selling into a bank, do you know my tip? Find someone who cares in the bank. Basically, how can you find the person whose bonus you will help them achieve with your product? Yeah, that's I learned this as a salesperson. People buy from people. It's not companies from companies. As much as this will help the profitability of our business. Oh, that's fantastic. Our customers be happy. My boss says good job. At the same time, if you get this wrong, I'm fired. So there's risk reward, yeah. But if you can find the person, so imagine your technology improved customer experience, would improve customer sat. there's someone in the bank whose bonus is based on customer sat. You just need to find them. Then it's personal. So if you basically, once they realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to smash my bonus this year because this FinTech's going to increase customer sat, the sale's done. You're done. Yeah. And actually that's the same for in the corporate world. So here's a tip for someone who wants to improve their career. Help your boss get their bonus. It's as simple as that. That's why people say to me, how come you've been so successful? It's because I've made sure important people in the company are aware that I've helped them hit their bonus. And you don't have to suck it. You don't have to do any of that. Just understand how people are gold. You learn this in Microsoft literally in the first week, because you need to engage people that, you're on all these virtual teams. You need to know their KPI because you want to bring them in a project. So I'll be working at a bank and, in there, the bank will be like, oh, I want to look at Microsoft Office for this particular feature. Okay, right. Let me find the person in Microsoft whose bonus is attached to Office because they're going to care about coming in and talk to you. And so you learn that naturally. Now, but you don't think like that when you work for a company. So you start thinking like that. What are people's KPIs? Are they powerful, important people? Can I help them hit their KPI? And if I do, they'll look after you. Yeah, no one is going to get rid of someone. And as they get promoted, they bring you straight away. First employees you, they go to a different company, they'll take you. Also, the person above will notice, maybe promote. And also, it's a good operating model that you're actually working it's not politics, just working the levers inside. KPIs are there for a reason. Company sets a strategy, they cascade on KPIs, and they want you to hit KPIs. They want you to get your bonus. Because if you hit your bonus, you've hit the KPIs, which means you've delivered on the strategy. And so it's not just about you making money and bonuses. It's actually you are operating exactly as the company want you to. And the final thing, which I will give you, which I only have started thinking about in the last 6 months or so, everything is about data and distribution and getting that as cheap as possible. Yeah. And so you will, why is that important? Distribution costs so much money. Client acquisition. In wealth, our customers generally for banks to acquire about $2,000 customer acquisition cost. So if I would have spent that times we're 50,000 now clients. So $2,000 times 50,000, 100,000 times 1,000 is 100 million.
That's a huge cost.
We didn't spend that. And so and the great example is free distribution. Where do you get that? Well, you can get that. If you think smart about this, you can get that anyway. You can partner with people. A good example, we're partnering with the ASEAN Youth Organization. They got 400,000 students. We got a platform that educates them. It's a win-win. We get distribution, they get product. Data, why do you need data? Without data, you can't score. And a lot of countries don't have formal credit scoring. Also, but everyone uses the standard credit scoring, so they only lend to a certain subset. If you can work out a way to get interesting, different data, you could do loans that no one else can. You can position products in a different way to everyone else. And that's the Google, Facebook model. Yeah, their entire business is about getting free data. That's it. Yeah, that's all they care about. And that's why they're quite dangerous in finance, because they can continually, fund free because they're actually after the data. They're not after the revenue on a product, a finance product. They just want the data. So be really smart about, because it's so expensive. Literally, when you take that VC money, most of it is at some point it's going to go on getting distribution and data. I need client and I need information. And if you can get that at a much lower cost and in a different way, you will have an advantage against your competition.
Neil, that's a really interesting insight. I'm sure our viewers would, take more of it and reassess if they are sort of going wrong or whatever their path seems to be like towards building a sustainable model. Neil, I really appreciate your candid thoughts and your candid time for this interesting and insightful conversation. We wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you. I am very consistent. I only have one mode. So thank you for recognizing that. And yeah, and really appreciate it. It's lovely to be back on a Indian media outfit and the Economic Times. We've had great press with you before, so thank you.
Thank you so much for watching ETB FSI. Stay tuned.